And good morning. Happy Friday, everyone, as we give you a live look at more lively Indianapolis Motor Speedway this morning. As you see the light on the pylon there on the track. And just very shortly, we will start hearing some of the roars coming out of the racing capital of the world, Julia.
Now that the sun is up, it feels like things are starting to come alive there. We know that there aren't too many people out there right now. We're going to get back in with Chuck in just a bit. He is there out at the track. And Chuck, we know it is chilly out there this morning, and this might go on for a little while. Good morning.
I didn't put on my winter coat. Because I wanted to class it up a little bit with a checked sport coat in honor of today. But ladies, it is cold out here. Not the coldest it's ever been, and eventually we're going to get into the 60s. But if you're headed here, and remember the gates open at 8 a.m., make sure to wear the warmest thing that you have, at least for a couple of hours. Take a look at these current conditions right now, and we're at 41 degrees. That is it in Indianapolis, and really here at the famed Motor Speedway as well. But you factor in now the wind chill, and it feels like 36 degrees in Indy, like 41 degrees in Richmond. Now, reminder that if you're headed to Carb Day, we will see a jump of almost 20 degrees later today. 49 by 9 a.m., 62 by noon. Now, that's important because practice is from 11 to 1, and that, frankly, folks, is a cold track. So we'll see what happens there. And then from 3 to 6, our temperatures right around 68 degrees. Now, at this point, it looks pretty good for both the parade and the 109th running of the Indy 500. And Matt, I know you're going to have more on that in a few minutes, but today and Saturday and Sunday and Monday, traffic is really important. And how are we doing out there this morning?
So far, Chuck, we're looking really good in traffic. And what's been fun is we've been talking with you all, especially on social media, and you all have been saying, hey, I've been at the track and I met someone from Sweden, and you just name all these different countries. We have so many folks coming into Indiana. It's a lot of fun. Maybe this is your first time watching Sunrise here on 13 News. Welcome. Great look out here towards downtown Indianapolis. This is I-65. You're looking north as folks are headed their way towards downtown to Raymond Street. These are the southbound lanes. Headlights headed south. We have adjusted the lanes. They've actually reopened the shoulder there to give 2 lanes access, but the inside 2 lanes remain closed as they're doing some work there. But it looks like traffic's still moving fine out there this morning, and you can see the sun starting to come up. This is a live look along I-65 south. You're looking at State Road 28 in Frankfort. The Frankfort Hot Dogs will be hosting the Danville Warriors. Big baseball game tonight. My goodness, Chuck, there's so much going on. A lot of high school events, but of course, busy weekend there at the Speedway, Chuck.
Hey, quick question for you, Matt. Do you remember I did a Chuck's Big Adventure at the Corvette Museum? Do you remember that?
That was a good one, yes.
Well, I love Corvettes, and coming up in just a few minutes, we are going to take you behind the scenes of this year's incredible pace car. And you can see these guys from Chevrolet are already dolling these cars up for us. I mean, they take care of these as if they were newborn babies. If you're headed out here today, there are some things to know before you go this morning. Good morning, guys. And that is this. By all means, remember that as the gates open at 8 o'clock this morning, no drones. No glass, so no glass bottles. You can't bring them in. No golf carts and no offensive or obscene material. And as I said earlier this morning, that means you cannot wear New York Knicks paraphernalia, ladies and gentlemen. And here's the schedule for this Carb Day 2025. Of course, the gates open here in a couple of hours at 8 o'clock, and I would say be very, very patient. We are expecting a full house today at 11 o'clock. The practice begins. It will only be 62 degrees at that time, but we've got 2 hours of practice taking you up to 1. At 2 o'clock, it's the Weenie 500 featuring 6 Wienermobiles from around the United States. At 2:30, the Pit Stop Challenge, and then at 4 p.m., the Miller Lite Carb Day concert that will feature the All-American Rejects and, of course, Bret Michaels. Isn't this a beautiful Corvette? And not only does Chevy have these vets out here today, but there's a special section where you can see not only the Corvettes, but you see the new EV vehicles they have, the new Silverados, and all those wonderful Chevy vehicles that have been a part of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway for generations. And Jalea and Julia, coming up in a few minutes, Doug Bowles, the president of not only the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, but IndyCar is going to be here with us. We're going to talk about some important things. And then we're going to get inside these beautiful pace cars that are going to be out here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. But it's going to be a great morning. Stick with us. We've got lots more to come in just a few minutes.
Okay, don't get too carried away, Chuck, when you get inside the pace car, okay? Take it easy out there. Okay, we'll check in with you soon.
Give back the keys,
Thank
too.
you.
Don't forget
Yes.
that. All right, well, they're getting ready, of course, for Carb Day there today, and soon it will be the big race.
Yes, and we've got several drivers that we got to catch up with right before the big weekend. We talked with Felix Rosenquist about the cool sponsor for his car this year, the band Creed. So you know them from the songs Higher, With Arms Wide Open, and One Last Breath. But Rosenquist tells us that even the horn plays their music.
Every time we roll out the car in Gasoline Alley, it's like people love it. It's been a huge hit with the fans here at the IMS and also online. We had like 15,000 likes on our announcement, which is really it's a lot for us. And I actually have my scooter horn now. Like you can program like a little sound file into when you press the button. So now I have today I changed it to Arms Wide Open, and I had One Last Breath last week. So every time I need someone get out of my way, it's like playing Creed from the scooter. It's pretty cool.
But would that actually make them move over?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I
Or
would be
just sing
very
along.
confused.
I
I
would
know.
too. Rosenquist, by the way, will be in row 2 in the 5th spot at the starting lineup.
All right, and hopefully he is blaring that music if he takes a victory lap
Yeah.
after the race. Well, this morning, police and security are also hard at work, making sure everything is safe, of course, for Sunday's Indy 500.
We know police keep such a close eye on traffic and tailgating, but officials say with the big crowds comes the potential for something else. Big crimes like human trafficking.
Yeah, this is a serious issue that we always see during race weekend, and it's something these women and men train for year-round. While the police say events don't cause trafficking, they can create the opportunity for it to happen.
Investigators have found that large-scale events, it can be prime time for something like this to happen, where there's an increased demand for human trafficking. Make no mistake, we are prepared and trained to recognize these things and respond if you believe that may be going on.
So we always say if you see something, say something. Well, here are some of the signs that you can look out for. Someone being trafficked may be acting afraid, or they won't make eye contact, or they may seem like they're being controlled or coached on what to say. You might also notice bruises or injuries that aren't being treated. Police and officials stress, do not intervene yourself, though, if you suspect a suspicious situation.
But do go get police or an officer or security worker and point out the situation, and hopefully maybe they can assist.
Well, May's biggest weekend kicks off today. Of course, we've been leading up to Carb Day, but then tomorrow, as Anna has been showing us some of the excitement for the AES 500 Festival Parade, we're going to check back in with her at 6:15 about the preps happening this morning.
And of course, Sunday, race day, we'll have all the information you need all weekend long right here on Channel 13 and WTHR.com/Indy 500.
And the coverage starts Sunday morning, dark and early at 5 a.m. We'll be with you until noon, and then we're back again for coverage after our 6 p.m. show on Sunday.
Yeah, I think our call time is 3 a.m. Is that
Yep.
right? Okay. Out at the track, that is dark and early. We will also, of course, have extended coverage for you on WTHR Plus. Well, we've certainly been talking about the racers. Now let's talk about the Pacers.
Blue and Gold are playing Game 2 in the Eastern Conference Finals at the Garden tonight. We all remember this big win, Game 1 Wednesday night, that 2-point buzzer beater from Tyrese Halliburton, taking the game into OT. They went on to win 138-135.
All right, can they do it again? Though?
Yeah.
They need another win tonight. Tip for this one is at 8 o'clock, and of course it is in New York as well. Well, redemption for the Fever last night on the road in Atlanta with the win over the Dream, 81-76.
I remember the Dream won earlier this week when both teams played at home at Gainbridge Fieldhouse. Natasha Howard put up 26 points to help the Fever get this W, but it wasn't the game for Caitlin Clark. She missed all of the 5 3-pointers that she put up during the game.
Caitlin, what's going on?
You miss all if you don't take them. She has to try.
This is true. All right. So that did end her 140-game streak, though, of having at least 1 3-pointer. You know, she's just as upset. Clark finished with 11 points, though, and 6 assists. Kelsey Mitchell, she added 17 points. The next game on WTHR comes next Wednesday when the Fever travel to Washington to face the Evil Mystics, as Chuck likes to say. Tip for that one is at 7:30. And before the Fever game started, head coach Stephanie White, she answered a couple questions about the game.
Yeah, before she even did that, she took a moment to remember Colts owner Jim Irsay. Take a listen.
Yeah, first of all, I just want to take this opportunity to send our thoughts and prayers and well wishes to the Irsay family. You know, certainly we lost a legend. You know, what Jim Irsay and his family have meant to the city of Indianapolis, the state of Indiana, and sports in the state of Indiana is immeasurable. And you know, we're thinking about his family and sending all of our well wishes.
A lot of people feeling just that way. Of course, Irsay died Wednesday afternoon. The Colts made that announcement saying he went peacefully in his sleep.
Hey, good morning. Big difference in the forecast today. The sun is coming out. We've got clear skies at IMS. I don't think we're completely clear, though, for race day on Sunday. We'll have a few extra clouds, and there's a very low rain chance over us. Coming up, we're going to talk about, will it rain at the track? What's the latest? We're back in 3.
And we're getting a head start this morning for the AES 500 Festival Parade. I'm going to hang out on this float this morning because I can't be there tomorrow. But coming up, we'll be talking with the 500 Festival Queen Scholar about the big day that we have tomorrow and everything coming up in the parade.